What's going on, world? This is the 14th episode of the Bet On Us podcast. I'm 1K Watts.
And I'm Mike.
And we got Sean and Andres behind the boards.
What's up? What's up?
How you guys been?
I've been good, dude. I'm glad to be recording today. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Excited about the Lakers, dude.
Yeah, dude. It was
clapped some cheeks last night, which we needed after that Game 2 blowout.
I don't know how to feel about the Lakers right now. We're not consistent. It's never been consistent. Like, pick one or the other. If we're hot, let's be hot. If we're cold, let's be cold.
Yeah,
you know?
like you were saying before, we can't even consistently lose.
Yeah, so it's an up and down feeling because, like, I think based off the pattern, tomorrow we're probably gonna lose.
Probably.
But I mean,
a win tomorrow would be big.
It all kind of depends on AD. Which version of AD are we gonna get?
We're gonna get Game 1 AD or Game 2 AD?
And the thing is, he's the only superstar that is inconsistent.
Because he's not a real number one, dude. I don't know if AD can be a true number one on a team.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though? Like, Giannis always shows up. Embiid always shows up.
Yeah, well, for the most part.
For the
Embiid
most
has
part.
those games,
yeah,
too.
but
So
not
here's
as
the thing.
consistently.
I could live with an AD 12-point game if you got 15, 16 boards. But when you come back from a 23-rebound game and you get 9 rebounds,
Yeah.
and you're letting the Warriors get a bunch of rebounds in the paint, it's like, come on, dude.
But an AD 12-point game, you also need everyone else to do their job. You need D'Angelo Russell to have 15, 18 points.
Since you know what I'm getting sick of though is the conversation right now being LeBron James and Steph Curry. If Steph Curry wins this series, does that elevate him above LeBron's legacy? Is he a better all-time player than LeBron because he's beaten him a bunch of times in the finals, so on and so forth? But it's like,
Look, Steph is the best three-point shooter we've ever seen.
fact.
But I think that's as far as it goes. He's not doing this without any. He's had help all the time.
No, for sure. And LeBron, how many times in a row did they play the Warriors in the finals when LeBron carried a bunch of tomato cans to the finals every
They
year?
had Kevin Love and fucking Kyrie, you know?
Before that, think about before he went back. When he went to the Heat, he was going with guys like we can't name anybody that was on those teams when he would drag them to the finals.
Yeah, before the Heat.
Players would avoid going to the fucking East just because of LeBron. That's why everybody was in the West.
Yeah. And I know points isn't a good way to look at who's the greatest of all time. But if you look at points, Steph has like 21,000 and LeBron's got 38,000.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge difference.
And then
4 rings as well. So they're tied there.
Yeah, but I think Steph has had so much more help. And people like saying that about LeBron, but like Steph has had KD. He had Clay always.
Before we started recording, we were just talking about how overshadowed Clay is by Steph.
Yeah.
Clay's not as good of a player as Steph, but Clay is a phenomenal three-point shooter. And if he were on a different team, I think he could be the real number one on a different team.
Yeah.
I could make I don't like the LeBron Steph argument. I could see people making an argument about Steph Curry being the best point guard of all time.
I like Steph and Magic more.
Yeah, I think he could potentially be like, if he wins this one, I could see the argument that he might supersede Magic's career.
I think he's already better than Magic. Magic was not making shots like Steph's making.
I got a question for you guys. As far as Klay Thompson being a number one, if he went to another team, him being like a one-trick pony, like with a 3-point, do you think number one could be just a 3-point shooter like that?
You're right. I don't
That's
think
true.
he can't lead a team. He's a good number 2. He's a good off the ball shooter. Just pass it here. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's doing what Luka's doing.
That's fair. Back to the Steph Curry Magic Johnson comparison a little bit though. If I'm not mistaken, here's the difference. So Magic was more of like Steph's a point guard too, but Magic was an old school point guard.
Floor general. He made the plays. He passed the ball. He was that guy that drew attention and then got it away.
But I was reading some crazy stat. And I don't want to butcher it, but I believe it was Magic Johnson's rookie year. In the finals, Kareem got hurt, and so they had Magic jump for the ball at the beginning, and he went on to have like some crazy stat line.
Yeah,
as a rookie playing center.
Kareem did get hurt. Yeah. I don't know if his rookie year was it.
I think it might have been his rookie year. I'm not sure. We have Sean looking that up behind the scenes. But in other basketball shit, we got the Heat and the Knicks. Pretty good series.
Yeah, I mean the Heat are winning
Yeah.
so far. We'll see.
Knicks are exciting to watch, though. That's going to be a good team as time goes on, and some of those rookies get a little bit more experienced and get a little bit more polished in their game.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Butler. I like the way he plays. I like his attitude. I like his head and I like his mind.
He's a dog. He doesn't take games off.
Have you heard that theory that Jimmy Butler might be Michael Jordan's son? Like, that's an actual theory, because they say Michael Jordan had an illegitimate kid around the same time that Jimmy was born, and Jimmy's mom never told Jimmy about his dad. Like, there's a huge, if you dive into this, like, they could be, it's crazy. Like, there's a lot of facts on this.
Imagine.
And, like, even if you put, like, their silhouettes of their heads together, it kind of looks
They look
the same.
kind of similar?
Yeah, it's nuts.
I've never thought about that. That'd be crazy.
Because, like, who's as clutch as MJ right now is Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's a fucking dog, dude. Fucking animal.
I got that stat if you wanted to go back to
What was it?
So whenever Magic Johnson stepped into center for that series, he went for 42 points and 15 rebounds, 7 assists.
Jesus. And was that in a game 7?
Doesn't say, but he got Finals MVP.
Yeah.
That's a fucking insane stat as a rookie. But he was also what, 6'9"?
Yeah, he was big.
Like, huge for back then. So Magic Johnson, I don't know, dude. That Steph's making a real argument that he deserves his respect for sure. I just don't like the LeBron comparison, man.
It's disrespectful to LeBron.
Well, yeah, exactly, dude. LeBron's still that guy. And LeBron's new style of play is so interesting. We're so spoiled by what we're used to seeing with LeBron. We're used to seeing LeBron drive down the lane and be an above the rim player.
Yeah.
So now that he's kind of like in a more passive role, people are like, oh, LeBron's lost it, blah, 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 blah. But watch LeBron while Reeves is carrying the ball up court or D'Angelo Russell is carrying the ball up court. Everything's still running through LeBron. Just watch him. He's directing traffic, telling everybody where to go, calling the plays. Like, he's still the floor general without the ball in his head.
Yeah, and I think he's one day going to be a coach doing the same thing, you know?
And then just because we're not seeing him throw down these like crazy dunks anymore, he's playing a little bit more conservative, he'll still go get the quietest 22, 24 points ever.
And, bro, he's hustling at an all-time high.
Yeah.
He's knocking passes away. He's blocking shots still. He's hustling.
I think he has the second highest defensive rating out of everybody in the NBA playoffs right now. It's a 38-year-old man. So he's still like out there hustling. It's not like he's just standing out there passively.
He's no slouch, bro.
Yeah, dude. He's still busting his ass. So Lakers in 5. Lakers winning it all.
I think tomorrow night's game is very vital to the Lakers' whole playoff run.
Yeah.
I think if we win tomorrow, we're in good position to lose the next and then close it out
Back in LA.
And then we face the Nuggets.
Yeah, which is going to be a good series.
I don't see the Suns pulling that off.
The Suns don't have enough depth. You're having a dude who's on a repaired Achilles play 45 minutes a game.
There's no point guard.
No point guard. Is Chris Paul out?
I think he's out, right?
I'm not sure on that.
I think Chris Paul's out. So it's Devin Booker and
what was it? I can't remember if it was the game last how many games have they played?
They've played 3, 2 and 1.
Game 3, and it was between Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. They combined for like 87 points, and the rest of the team had 35. That's not a recipe for winning. You can't have two players scoring 85% of your points.
Yeah,
it's just not. It's not going to work out.
It's eventually going to get figured out.
Because, dude, like fatigue's a certain. If you're playing that heavy minutes throughout the playoffs, and then you get to the finals and you've been playing 45 minutes a fucking game, dude, like your body gets a little bit beat down after that.
Yeah, and especially when you got to play an Eastern Conference team like the Sixers or the Celtics, or
Oh yeah,
because those are kind of all around teams.
Speaking of the Sixers, Joel Embiid won MVP, which I think is fair.
Yep.
What were his season stats? He averaged like 33 points a game and 12 rebounds or something like that. Joel Embiid has been a monster this year.
At least somebody in Philly got an MVP this year, huh?
No shit. But
should have been Jalen Hurts.
Hey, Jalen Hurts got paid though, so he got what he needed.
I guess.
Yeah, come on. You can turn out. Who cares about an MVP?
I guarantee you, he would much rather take an MVP trophy than some money.
Over $255 million.
Yeah.
No, yeah, fucking MVP trophy, bro. Give me paid.
Nah, I think
he'll win an MVP.
I think it's much deeper than that for Jalen, though.
Maybe
he'd play for free.
No.
That's what I'm getting at. These players would play for free.
I don't know if I agree with you on that one. They're about getting paid.
Okay, so
They love the game,
if
for
if the decision is to play basketball for the rest of your life for free or work at Walmart, what do you think it's
they're
going to
playing
be?
for free. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Good point. What other shit's going on in the basketball world? Oh, the 76ers Celtics is a good series. That one's really exciting.
Yeah, Harden went off game 1.
Yeah, 45 points. That was like vintage Houston Rockets.
Had the game winner too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Joel comes back, and it looks like Harden's like out there pouting.
He's got the Russell Westbrook effect.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't want to ball out, so he's able to be the star of the show.
Yeah.
Maxi's a dog, though.
Oh, yeah, he's good, dude. He's nice. I was just talking to one of my coworkers about this. What are the Clippers going to look like next year? Is it time for the Clippers to just rebuild?
Rebuild into what, though? They've never been good.
No, I know. But this whole fucking Paul George, Kawhi Leonard shit ain't going to work.
Yeah, you're just
Like,
wasting time.
bro, Kawhi Leonard, I hate to say it, like, he's good, but people talk about Kawhi like he's on this, like, pedestal. What has he done? Besides the finals in Toronto, to where he had this crazy injury streak happen to where everybody he was playing got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, what has he really done besides the shot against Philly?
I mean, he was the man on that run, though, and
But
even on the Spurs,
For 1 year.
I don't think he's a number one.
Because he doesn't have that dog in him,
And
dude.
Paul
You can't-
George isn't a number one either, and Westbrook's not a number one either. You got a bunch of number twos.
At least Russ has the mentality of a number one.
Yeah, just not the ability.
Yeah, like, dude, Kawhi, like, dude, the game's off and the load management and just like, I'm not going to play today. Like, supposedly he has this crazy, like, the team will be in the dark about whether or not he's playing. And then he pulls up to the facility before a game. He's like, yeah, I'm not suiting up today.
Yeah.
Superstars in the NBA have so much power to where I think it's a little bit too much sometimes.
I don't even like any part of that team.
The Clippers.
I don't like Kawhi. I don't like Paul George. I don't like Westbrook. You know,
They got that young guy, Terrence Mann, though, who's a dog.
they will. You know, it's a lot of. I hate to disrespect you and the Chargers, but a lot of these San Diego teams just have never figured it out. The Clippers are from San Diego.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what's crazy?
might be a curse.
Clippers building a new stadium, and they're never going to win shit in it. There's never going to be a banner hung up in their stadium.
Yeah, they are building a
I think it's
stadium.
like 2024 it's going to open or some shit. I think it's right by SoFi.
Should be soon though.
Yeah.
They're gonna get out of the crypto.
Yeah, get out of the Lakers basement. Go get your own shit. But it's just going to be a sad stadium, bro. You're probably going to be able to get tickets in a couple years for like $25.
You know what's actually sadder than that is Clipper fans, because there were none before all these players got shipped over to be on the Clippers, right? They couldn't name any Clipper players until as of late. You guys all came over to be Clippers fans and still haven't won shit.
Well, there was Lob City back in the day when you had like Blake Griffin and Chris Paul and was Jamal Crawford on that team? Is the sixth man of the year coming off the bench. That was a team that was constructed to win. So I think they had DeAndre Jordan on that team too when he was decent. But dude, Clippers are just never going to win anything. And Ty Lue, the Clippers every third quarter fall apart. And I know we talk like Ty Lue's regarded as one of the better coaches in the NBA. Is part of the issue coaching?
It's always been an issue. Well, I mean, you had Doc Rivers there. They still weren't doing shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Doc Rivers is a hell of a coach.
You been keeping up on the hockey Stanley Cup playoffs?
No, other than just watching the Bruins get fucking knocked out, and having the best record ever,
and
then losing.
Yeah,
That's
I saw
nuts.
that too. I've not been watching any baseball.
Yeah, I've
Really?
been out on baseball too.
I could care less about baseball till later in the season. There's too many games. But we did just have some good fights this weekend. Well, one good fight. Canelo fought some tomato can from England named, John Ryder. And I don't know who watched that fight. They did a horrible job promoting it. I didn't know there was a Canelo fight.
I heard about it last week, yeah.
Yeah, until like the day before the fight. It was in Mexico, so maybe it's not wasn't promoted that much here. I think it should have been. But,
Was it even worth Canelo's time? Other than the money, but like, was it a decent fight?
It was the dude survived. Canelo didn't knock him out. I mean, he dropped him, I think, in round 6 or something like that. But the dude survived and was kind of piecing up Canelo towards the end. Canelo looked like his gas tank burnt out just a little bit towards the end, but hey, he got a win's a win.
How do we feel about Canelo's telling Tank Davis, hey, you're not the face of boxing. I'm still here.
I think Gervonta Tank's the face of boxing now, bro.
I think so, too.
To comment on that, dude, it's like I was just talking to Mike earlier. How did we not know that there was a Canelo fight happening until the day of the fight?
Yeah.
We knew about the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia for months. So I understand that, yeah, Canelo's he's still up there. Don't get me wrong. Probably is considerably, the best boxer out there. But how are they not going to promote that shit? With all the money in boxing, how are they not going to promote that better?
I don't know if Canelo fights are as exciting.
As they used to be.
As they used to be, yeah.
Well, because he's an older fighter, kind of picking and choosing his fights a little bit more. So he did say, and here's what's going to be interesting. I think this next fight's going to be big for Canelo's next fate, because he's now at the tail end of his career, probably. I don't know how many more fights Canelo has left. I can't imagine that he's fighting 10 more times. I mean, the dude's record is 55-2-2. It's crazy. But he wants to go back up to light heavyweight and fight Bivol again. The dude that he lost to. And I just don't know if I see Canelo, with the way Canelo's fighting now, I don't think I see him beating him.
Hey guys, we got to pay some bills really quick, so I just want to say support for the Bet On Us podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 8 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off with free worldwide shipping with the code BETONUS. That's 20% off. Free worldwide shipping with the code BETONUS at manscaped.com. If I'm correct, that's about 8 million balls, give or take.
16 to be exact. This is 16 million balls that Manscaped is helping keep smoother than a baby's bottom, which is actually a little bit of a weird comparison when talking about nuts, but you get the point. You guys need to get this performance package. Your girl will love you for this shit. Every woman likes something that's well maintained. Shit, the guys do too, if that's what you're into.
Mm-hmm.
So in the performance package, it comes with a few different things. You got a nice pair of Manscaped underwear that you'll get in the package. You got the lawnmower for
4.0.
shaving those precious jewels. The lawnmower 4.0 is a precision cutting device. Comes with a light, and you also got some different attachments for different lengths.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, why pay your light bill when there's a light right there, you know?
Exactly. You don't need electricity to shave your nuts anymore. You kind of do to charge this thing, but you get it. You also got the weed whacker right here for trimming up those pesky nose hairs that start sticking out a little bit. This one's pretty important. I use this all the time.
Uh-huh.
I'm a hairy Italian dude, bro. My nose gets hairy. You also got your crop reviver right here. If you're, had a long day and you want to be fresh for your girl, you just spritz your nuts with these and it brings them back to life.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we do have to disclose that this is only for external use. Do not put this shit on the tip of your penis. It will burn. Yeah. It does not feel good.
From experience.
Full disclosure. And then here's your crop preserver. This is good for it. It's like a ball deodorant, right? If you're working out a lot, you work outside, you're active, definitely want to use this. Keeps you a little bit fresh throughout the day, and it's definitely a real confidence boost as well. And then the package also comes with this nice little toiletry bag. Really clean, really cool.
Leather.
Manscaped also has a lot of other products too. They have some wipies, some I think they're called mop crops, some cleanser, foot duster, even cologne now, and razors as well.
I mean, look, we're making you the best man that you can be. How would you not want to have a Manscaped bundle?
Dude, and they got body wash. Manscaped is literally setting you up for all your hygiene needs to help keep us men fresh and clean.
I mean, as much as you like getting a whiff of your nuts throughout the day, we're trying to help you out. Your girl don't like it, your man don't like it, whoever you're with, help them out.
It's cool to take care of yourself, guys. Let's be clean shaven. Let's be well taken care of and keep our junk clean. Manscaped is trying to save your balls, and they will appreciate it.
Become a real man, dude. Real men take care of themselves,
Oh, yeah.
It's 2023. It's not 1840 anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Came a long way.
So, again, guys, your balls will thank you. Get Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code BETONUS for 20% off and free shipping worldwide. Again, it's a hell of a deal. You need this stuff in your life.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you. Go check out Manscaped. Use the code BETONUS. Thank you.
Back to the show.
What's going on, world? We had to make a quick break. We had to pay some bills. You know, everyone's got to pay bills.
Yeah,
But,
and now back to our regular scheduled programming.
yeah.
During the break, we were just flipping through Kobe Bryant's The Mamba Mentality book. Not sure if you guys can see it in the frame right here.
Yeah.
We were just reminiscing on the late, great Kobe Bryant a little bit.
Bro, he is the reason why I fell in love with basketball at such a young age. I remember I had just Kobe Bryant pictures everywhere. I had a cutout cardboard of Kobe. My dad said he'd always walk in the room and get scared late at night because there'd be this big 6-foot fucking...
Black man in the room.
No, but...
No, for real. Kobe was the first player that I remember watching as a kid that was this larger-than-life person.
My first inspiration.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't pick anybody else who I was like, they made me want to be great. Kobe did that.
Yeah.
You know? So I get what people are saying when they say like Michael Jordan did that for them.
Right.
You know, because that Michael did that for Kobe.
Yeah. Kobe was just so great, man. There was a little piece in there that we were reading that Kobe said something like the reason he started his workout so early is because it added more balance to his life. So working out in the early AM hours,
Getting it knocked out,
so you have the rest of your day to be able to enjoy
Spend some time with your
shit
family
outside of basketball. Again, I mean, we had talked about this in one of our previous podcasts, but what's obviously, you know, losing Kobe and Gigi is a tragedy, and it's still something that Kobe, Gigi, and the other parents and kids that were involved, tragic for all of them. But Kobe, a lot of the times with these professional athletes that are superstars, it's not a very graceful transition into retirement.
Yeah.
And we saw Kobe growing so gracefully into the next chapter of his life, what he was going to do with, I think, women's basketball.
Yep.
What he's doing with young girls, with helping Gigi and all her teammates.
Different media forms.
And his business side of things, too.
Yeah.
Kobe was just going to explode into a whole different...
Could have been the next Walt Disney.
Really
you know?
tragic. Really tragic.
Could have done anything.
Yeah, he was the first celebrity that died that I remember, like, crying over.
Yeah.
You and I were driving back from L.A.
Yeah.
And I think we were right by, like, passing the Griffith Observatory.
Yeah.
Right? Driving back up north.
Yep.
And then you said Kobe just died. I was like, nah, that's bullshit. And you were, like, pulling up articles confirming it. And the rest of the drive back was silent.
That was such a weird moment.
It was weird. The drive back, we were only an hour away from home, and it felt like forever. Quiet. I don't think either of us said a word.
Finding out when Kobe died and when Mac died, I
Yeah.
still remember vividly, which is, you know.
Yeah, I remember
sucks.
Mac Miller too. Yeah, that was the first couple of celebrities that died. That was like heartbreaking.
Because those are your inspirations, and if you have nobody else to be inspired by in life, what you have to then find your own value, which is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we like grew up with them almost, right? Like I remember being young and watching Kobe like in the early 2000s when he was fucking 20.
Yeah.
And then Mac Miller, I mean, he wasn't much older than us. He was 2 years older than us. So when we were listening to Mac Miller in high school when we were 16, he was 18.
4 years, but yeah.
Or 4 years, but your point
Yeah.
being is like we were close enough to age to where it felt like we grew up with them
Yeah.
almost. It's just tragic. It just goes again to show how fragile and
Life's
fleeting
short.
life is.
Yeah, it's short.
And that corny cliche saying that you hear older people say, you know, live each day like it's your last. There's a lot of truth to that shit, dude.
Enjoy the moments. I think things that are taken for granted aren't appreciated as much. Like just simple things, of course, waking up every day, eating, but like falling in love, things like that should really be not be taken for granted. The friendships, like us just sitting here, is something special.
Yeah,
You
I
coming
agree.
home and seeing your wife after a long day is something special. I think those all need to be taken in every day, and that counting your blessings throughout the day will make you more grateful at the end of the day and happy, even if you did nothing that day. At least I'm in this room with somebody I love.
I agree with you 100%. You know, we get so caught up in our in the worldly things we have to deal with, right? Taxes, jobs, working, bills. You get so caught up in the bullshit and the stress of day-to-day life that we forget. Like, what are the odds of even being born?
Yeah.
Like, we hit the lottery even being blessed with a human life. Like, the odds of being my life is like 1 in a trillion. Like, the fact that I'm even here, I hit the lottery, right?
Yeah.
So I think we need to start waking up every day with that mentality. And when you wake up and you take a breath of fresh air, who gives a fuck if you don't love your job? Instead of like, people wake up and
Exactly.
just hate their fucking, like, bro, the amount of people that live for the weekend, wake up on Monday hating their life, hating what they're doing, hating everything about their existence. I'm like, God damn, dude. It's like we're just
Enjoy
so lucky
it.
to be
Yeah,
here.
enjoy even the taxing jobs that you have. And I mean, so we lost a friend a couple years back. I had another friend that was turning 30, and he was upset about it. He was like, I'm turning 30, I'm getting old, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, we know somebody that didn't make it to 30.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, you have to take every day, even if you're getting older. Getting older is a blessing.
Yeah. And dude, getting like, we're 27 right now. Creeping up to 30, that's not something that scares me at all. Like, I still feel so young, but for me, I feel like I'm just starting to grow into my own and really start to like blossom and grow and like really start to like, I feel like I'm finally breaking the surface of the ice to grow into the man that I'm meant to be. So I'm excited about getting older, dude.
Bro,
I can't wait to see what my life looks like when I'm 35.
18 to 23 was such a trial and error period for me, and I don't know what I expected back then. I didn't know my ass from a hot rock. I don't know why I thought I was going to be this or that by 23. Like, I was such a child mentally, you know?
Yeah. And goals changing a lot, right? Like, I used to think, like, I used to have these goals, like, when I got into real estate, like, so many of my goals were money driven, right? And I never felt like I could, I never felt like I was aligning with this goal that I had, because I had this, like, idea in my head that I'm going to be this multi-millionaire and this, and this. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that I'm not a money-driven person, right?
Yeah, I don't think I am.
And maybe that's going to be something that stops me from being a rich man. But as I've gotten older, that's not something that I care about being. I'm not money motivated, dude. What drives me and what gets me up in the morning, like, I'm relationships driven, dude.
Yeah.
I got my family and my close friends, like these people in these rooms that I love to death. That those are the kinds of the relationships, memories. That's the shit I care about, bro.
Yeah.
And so, like, I look back at my younger days, and there was a point recently to where I was kind of in a negative headspace, looking at the amount of time that I had pissed away in my younger 20s. But then I started looking at it from another perspective and all the memories that I have. Like, of my early 20s. Dude, like, you and I have so many crazy memories together. We went to New York together when both of us were dead broke and went on these trips and all this kind of shit. And that, like, those memories are shit that I will cherish forever. And here's the reality, dude. My point of view on money has changed because at the end of my life, bro, when you see old people dying, you're talking about their dying wishes and what they regret and what they would have changed. You never once hear an old person on their deathbed saying, you know what, man? I wish I would have put an extra 2 hours on that Saturday.
Facts, yeah.
It's never that, bro. It's always, I wish I would have spent more time with my kids. I wish I would have told my mom I loved her more before she died. I wish I would have done. It's always memories and people related. Like, that's while I'm young, dude, I'm trying to spend as much time with the people that I love and like my family and my friends, because at some point we're not going to all be able to be here for each other like this.
It's weird to me because, you know, especially my whole life, I've wanted to be rich and be successful with certain things. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, man, I would love to have kids and a family and a wife, and that's changing now what I want and desire.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm so like, me and my family, so my brother and sister don't live here anymore. My parents still do, and we hang out all the time, dude. And so, like, on the topic of having kids, like, you hear a lot of young people our age, I don't want kids, blah, 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 blah. Dude, I'm so family motivated. My parents, they're retired, so they've been on vacation for like 2.5 weeks, and I've not seen them. And bro, like, I fucking miss them. And I still talk to them every day, but I haven't, like, usually we have dinner like twice a week or something like that, and just them not being around put me in a perspective of thinking about when I'm older. Like, what would life look like if I didn't have kids? Because at some point, my parents are going to die. My siblings are going to have families. My sister lives in a different state. I don't get to see them all the time. So at some point when my parents are gone and, like, my friends start to have families and shit, what am I going to just be sitting here alone?
Yeah.
Like, I really look forward to those days where I have a family and have kids and shit like that. Like, I think about that shit all the time. More where I'm stuck is trying to find a woman that I want to have that shit with, you know? That's the hard part.
Yeah, love's underrated.
Yeah.
I think when you really find love, it's like, even after the roughest days, it feels nice to come home to somebody that makes you smile. It's like, okay, we're back, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think love will come in time. I wouldn't force anything, though.
No.
You don't want fake love with the wrong person.
Exactly. So I think, and I'm kind of at a point now to where I feel like this next 5 to 8 years for me, because I don't plan on having, like, I've always in my head, like, in between 32 and 35 is when I want to start settling down and having a family. So I feel like this next 5 to 8 years, maybe 10 years of my life is going to be so important.
Gonna be
this
drastic,
This is the time to grind it out, dude. That's why you guys see when we record during the week, I'm like working till 7. Like, I'm trying to get shit done now so that when I have kids and I have a family and people who depend on me, I can be spending my evenings with them instead of working till fucking 7:30 at night and missing sporting. Like, I want to be that dad that's at every fucking sports game. That's the assistant coach on my daughter's basketball team and my son's football team and involved in all that kind of shit, you know? I'm really excited about that next phase of my life whenever it comes.
We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
I'm just happy we're here right now.
Fact.
Living.
Yeah, I love you boys. I'm glad that we're doing this shit.
You want to call it an episode?
Yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent there, but some shit that needs to be said, you know?
Yeah, hey, I appreciate everyone for being here. Let's go Lakers.
Let's go Lakers.
Let's close out the
Lakers in
series.
5.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Until next time, deuces.